Well, the Charlton fans making themselves heard, and the taking of the knee ahead of kickoff. And now we are off and underway at the Valley. It feels must win for Charlton Athletic. It would be a great win for the leaders, Birmingham City. 6 points separate the two sides, and there are only 4 games to go in the championship season. It is a pivotal moment, a pivotal day in the campaign. And of course, the goal for both sides is WSL football next season. For Charlton Athletic, it would be the first time ever at Women's Super League level. And of course, Birmingham looking to get back to the top flight, having been relegated in 2022. A good start on a day like this is always vital. And Birmingham City looking to make the early headway. Alicia and Dow with some defending to do for Charlton Athletic. And now Birmingham are on the retreat, and Rebecca Holloway under pressure from Ellie Brazil, who started her career at Birmingham City some time ago now. Spells with the likes of Tottenham Hotspur and Fiorentina since then. This is Gracie Pearce and the captain Skeels. And down. I'd expect a high tempo and high intensity approach from Charlton Athletic today. Lovely spin on the turn, initially at least from Kaylee Barton. It came back to Katie Bradley. Birmingham able to deal with that. Harris going back to Shannon Cook, who is on loan from West Ham United in the Women's Super League. Lovely early football from Birmingham. They are such an adept side going forward, and they have the best defence in the championship as well. Cho Yu-Ri backing away with Pearce, and the throw has gone Charlton's way. JD Hutton is going to take it. Cleared away by Pearce. Now Rebecca McKenna. Holloway. Cook. Harris couldn't turn away from Hutton. Loose pass, well intercepted by Harrison Murray initially, and Birmingham City almost managing to find the opportunity for what looked like might have been an effort on goal. Bradley only half won it, only half got it away in front of Harris. Good football from Birmingham. And the ball in is a dangerous one from Cho Yu-Ri. And at the back post with real intent was Gun-Min Lee, the former Brighton forward. Lovely ball in from Cho Yu-Ri, beautifully measured, and Endow was beaten to it, and maybe at the back post, Muya did just enough. Enough to put off Lee in her stride, and maybe stop Birmingham from having a serious effort at goal. Offside flag is up. Given against Kaylee Barton, 36 years of age now, the Welsh former Brighton and Cardiff player. Here is Cook. This is Birmingham trying to get on the front foot. Even though a draw wouldn't be the worst result for them today, they only know one way to play Amy Merrick's team, and that is to go for the victory. Good tenacious work at the heart of defence from Skeels, and the Charlton supporters love that. And applause likewise from Karen Hills. Very experienced, former Charlton defender, of course. Wouldn't it be special if she could lead the club back to the top flight and into the WSL for the very first time, having worked wonders in her spell as manager of Tottenham. Good header away by McKenna. Muya looking for Bashford. Good flick by Brazil and hurried clearance by McKenna. Well controlled by Pearce, and understandable that there's plenty of confidence in both of these teams, these high flyers. Here comes the goalkeeper, and Adriana Franch, a recent signing, the American, alert to the danger. Couldn't be separated earlier this season, these two. A goalless draw in the Championship at St Andrews. Charlton have got quite a good record against Birmingham over recent times. 1 defeat in their last 6 in all competitions for Charlton. Arthur Harris with the throw back to Cook. It is a Birmingham City side with a lot of experience at Women's Super League level, and maybe it's just a matter of time now before they make their return to the top flight. Well held up by Lee. Needs to go back to goalkeeper Franch. This is McKenna, formerly of Charlton Athletic. Now Cook. Lovely weight on the pass towards Harris, and a terrific run as well. Birmingham looking bright. Van Egmond. Van Egmond again. Time and space to work it wide to Cho Yuri. Good header away by Ndao. It was a risky touch, and Ndao got there again. There was nothing on it really from Melissa Phillips with the back header. Good hold-up play by Brazil. That's a lovely ball, beautifully played into the path of Jodie Hutton. Trying to go on the outside of Harris, and there was a foul in there. Referee Phoebe Cross spot on. They haven't lost any league match, Charlton, since the 17th of November. Here against Bristol City, their home form maybe not quite as good as their form on the road. Of their 3 league defeats, 2 have come here at the Valley. It's easy for goalkeeper, former Birmingham goalkeeper, Sophie Whitehouse. Down. Pearce. Hutton. Good header away by Harris. Van Egmond. Holloway trying to combine with Lee, who was under a bit of pressure. Of course, it's certainly not just Charlton and Birmingham who feel that they can have a tilt at the title. London City Lionesses are right in the mix. Second spot sitting between these two teams. And they are up against bottom club Sheffield United today. It is a 0-0 there in the early stages. Durham are high flyers as well, but their goal difference certainly doesn't help them out. Not the best of passes from Skeels under pressure. Holloway ready to take the throw. Harrison Murray was the closest option. Lee. By Dow. Now Shannon Cook. Good ball on the turn by McGill. This is Lee. That's a lovely cutback. And Whitehouse is able to make the save. It was an impudent effort in the end with the back heel from Ivana Fuso. The Brazilian looking to produce a little moment of real invention and ingenuity here. Just didn't quite get enough on the back heel. In the end, it's a relatively simple save. Brightest moment of the game so far, though, from an attacking perspective. It was a very heavy touch, and Harrison Murray in to win it back. It was an early ball by Cho Yu-ri aimed towards McGill, but easy in the end again for Whitehouse. Ashford, now and down. Header away by McKenna. Maybe with a little point to prove tonight. It isn't necessarily a reflection of her performances for her old club, but players always love returning to former employers and putting in a big performance. Here is Pearce. Now Hutton. A very heavy touch from Phyllis. Good awareness from Harrison Murray. Takes two players out of the game and sets up Van Egmond. Cho Yu-ri, Birmingham really trying to stretch the play early on here. Cleared away by Dow. This is Martha Harris. Cook. Van Egmond. Goes for the early ball and good awareness from Whitehouse again. The goalkeeper got a good starting position and very promptly off her line. Given away, straight to Cho Yu-ri. This could be problematic here for Charlton. And Gunmin Lee could be in for the shot. And Birmingham have the lead. The Championship's top side are in front of the Valley. And it was beautifully taken by Gunmin Lee. It's a massive goal yet again in the promotion race. And in this clash of two of the top three, Birmingham are into the lead. Well, Charlton were a little sloppy defensively there. Plenty of time and space for Lee to pick her spot. Yuri Cho with the ball into her path. And Gunmin Lee with a very tidy finish. Birmingham, you feel, have been the better team in the opening quarter of an hour. And the league leaders edge themselves further clear at the top. It's worth saying, as it stands, the gap from Birmingham to Charlton Athletic would be 9 points with just 3 games to go. So Charlton, if they're to have any slim hope of promotion, really cannot afford to lose today. Up against it here. Only ball by Hutton. And Brazil not able to stretch to get it under her control. Lee couldn't get there. That was slightly sloppy by her standards. Now Phyllis. Brazil looks for Moya. Lee was helping out and was caught by Karen Moya. And a very steady defensive performance again from Birmingham so far, and their away record in the Championship of late is outstanding. 6 wins in a row away from home in the league, and they've only conceded 3 times in that run. It's a daunting ask of Charlton to try and turn this one around, but there is a long way to go. This is Pierce. Now Skills. Moya caught in possession. Harrison Murray very early down the middle, and this is McGill. Went for the early shot and didn't have enough power behind it to really test Whitehouse. Simone McGill, the former Aston Villa striker, but of course very much integral to Birmingham City these days. Birmingham, you do feel in complete control of the game at the moment. This is Shannon Cook. If they were to get a second, it could be close to an impossible task for Charlton to recover. McKenna. Holloway. The ball over the top to Ivana Fuso. No foul. Barton. That was a foul, says the referee. Birmingham felt they maybe should have had a free kick in the build-up, but Phoebe Cross thought not. Phyllis looking to work the ball into the path of Moya, who maybe wasn't quite quick enough on the uptake, the former Chelsea Academy player. Here is Brazil. Now it's Charlton on the attack. Bashford turned away by Cook, and Charlton get the first corner of the day. Good attacking play for Charlton Athletic. Kaylee Barton makes her way into an area in front of the goalkeeper. Plenty of height in this Charlton team. Skeels and Pierce are both forward for the corner. Lots of aerial ability in both sides. Into the 6-yard box, and well taken by French. Very good goalkeeping. Mark of a good goalkeeper to instantly take the pressure off her back line with a confident take. Give it away to Phyllis. Quickly finding Brazil. Back to Skeels. Now Pearce. Bashford. Brian Dow and Moya. Bashford gave it straight to Ivana Fuso under pressure. Now, an opportunity maybe for Van Egmond, and she's fed it into the path of Harris instead. Plenty forward here for Birmingham City. Here's the goal scorer, Lee again. Good work at the last by Moya coming across. No need for Charlton to force the issue just yet. A long way still to go in the game. Headed by Bashford. Haven't seriously tested Ad French at all just yet, and down goes Eddie Brazil. And this is a concern for Charlton. Well, both physios on, and stoppage in play, of course, a chance for both teams to take on instructions and take on some fluids as well. Birmingham excellent so far. Gunmin Lee with the only goal of the game, beautifully taken. And maybe they can start to rely on their very impressive back line as the game goes on. 9 league clean sheets this season across 16 matches in the Championship. It's not quite watertight, but it's not far off. Charlton are the division's highest scorers, but haven't looked like scoring in the game so far. The London City Lionesses lead by a 1-0 in their game. So the table at the moment, Birmingham on 38, London City on 35, having played a game less. And this is the goal that separates the two teams. Good work by Yuri Cho in the build-up, and then Gunmin Lee with a little bit more time than Charlton would have wanted, but she placed it really well away from the dive of the goalkeeper. It's a terrific finish, and Birmingham have a lead that is realistically a deserved one. Play back underway, and here is Lee taking on Dow. Charlton with more defensive work to do, and Birmingham have got so many forward in the box. This is Rebecca Holloway to hang up a lovely cross for Van Egmond, and the header is straight at the goalkeeper. What a ball in that was from Holloway, and Van Egmond unmarked. I feel she should have done better. Cracking cross from Rebecca Holloway, just hung up perfectly, and Van Egmond either side of the goalkeeper, and it would be 2-0 maybe. Eddie Brazil back on her feet, which is good news for Charlton. So close to promotion to the WSL last season, finished just a point behind their London rivals, South London rivals, Crystal Palace in the end. Heartbreaking way to miss out on promotion, and Birmingham have really rebuilt since finishing 5th last year. Harris, Van Egmond. Will be covered by Hutton. Here is McKenna. It goes to French. Sophie Whitehouse spent 4 months with Birmingham City in 2021. Skeels taking the aerial route, but Holloway's there on the cover. Good ball by Harrison Murray into the path of Lee, who really does look a constant threat. Birmingham as a team. In by Harris. Given straight to Holloway, not a good ball out of defence. Min Lee, fouled by Brazil. In fact, I think the referee is signalling that Lee might have been coming back from an offside position. Here is Endow. Not really been able to get much territory in the game at all so far. Charlton Athletic, it really has been dominated in that sense as well by Birmingham City. Good work here though by Muya, but the pass is going to be intercepted by McKenna. Van Egmond, Birmingham rock solid so far. It's a lovely ball as well by Cook out to Lee. Keeps it in play. Holloway running forward in support. Closer attention. They can't keep hold of it. A bit of good control by Fuso. Bashford. Lovely pass. Now Hutton. A chance to dart into space. Early ball up to Ellie Brazil. Taking on Cook. Angle is too tight for a shot. Here's Brazil again. Oh, she's picked the pass towards Katie Bradley. He couldn't quite get it under control. Good football, though, from Charlton. That was much more promising for Karen Hills and her team. Birmingham trying to play it out from the back, and they've given it away straight to Bradley. Risks involved with trying to play out from the back like that, and Mel Phillips will go for goal. Out comes Franch, and she gets away with it in the end, the goalkeeper. Maybe a little too casual with the pass out. Harrison Murray going over the top. Lee in a foot race here with Muya, who is going to get there first, but Lee has managed to keep it in play. And Birmingham wants a free kick, and they do get it from referee Cross. Great work by Lee. And Muya was trying to shepherd it out of play, and as Lee got the touch to keep it in, she stuck out a leg, did Karen Muya. Lee rather gingerly back onto her feet, but the danger is very much alive here for Birmingham City, who've got plenty forward in the area. It's taken short in the end to Holloway to deliver again, and nodded away by Barton. Moyer again got to be careful with the challenge, and this time I think obstruction given against Christy Harrison-Murray. Forward by Endow. McKenna. Brilliantly to hold off two challenges and does get the free kick as well in the end. It's been a powerful display from Birmingham City so far. They do look a very robust team, and Amy Merricks was speaking before the game about focusing purely on themselves and trying to forget about all of the outside noise. No sign of nerves so far for Birmingham, who have got themselves into a great position, of course. And even though London City Lionesses have a game in hand, they face Birmingham at St Andrews on the last day of the season. Moyer with the throw, it's dropped down to Holloway. Karen Hills was out of her seat to appeal that decision, the Charlton boss. Well, Hutton has gone up across to take this with her left foot. Charlton are going to hoist the ball forward. And goes Hutton, Brazil jumping for it, but it went over her head. Well dealt with actually by Harris initially, but it's come back to Moyer. Harris was in there again with an important challenge, and back by Bradley. Pearce stayed forward, good turn that by Kaylee Barton, but couldn't get the shot away. Over the top from Harris. Yuri Cho is there, taking on Bashford and delivering another good ball. Drop to Holloway. Some of the crossing has been excellent from Birmingham City so far. Moyer keeping it in play under pressure from Lee. Birmingham throw. Birmingham still look the more likely to score the next goal, it feels like at the moment. By Moyer to the feet of Barton. Now Endow. 2 more games to come in March, including this one for Charlton. The other game is against Sunderland, and then a home match against Newcastle before travelling to Southampton to end the campaign. They have had issues with injuries this season, which hasn't helped them. They're still right up there potentially, but really need something, realistically really need a win out of today. Well won back by McKenna, straight to find Lee on the attack. Holloway on the overlap. Good sliding challenge from Elisha and Dow. Holloway. And McGill got the header in front of Skeels, but Whitehouse was there very quickly, and that's a lovely throw from the goalkeeper out towards Ellie Brazil. She's only really got one team made up in support, and it's Kaylee Barton. Birmingham have now got plenty back. Bashford. Moya. Headed on by Barton, and Brazil got there, but I think the flag was up. It was. Nearly, but not quite for Charlton so far in this first half. The team have scored 30 goals in the Championship across 16 league matches. Best attack in the division, not by much, but the best nonetheless. Header away by McKenna, slightly miscued for once. Brazil's touch into the path of Barton, and well, it was a good ball to Bradley. It's a shame for Charlton, but offside flag, I think at first glance, was rightly up again. Again, some encouraging moments of play in the game for Charlton Athletic, but still without really creating a real clear-cut opportunity. Upfield from Cook, away by Moya. Good work by Lee into the path of Holloway. She's given it straight to Skeels. There's a little bit of concern here for the Charlton captain, but relatively quickly back on her feet. As I say, Charlton have had injury problems this season, and 6 substitutes today. You compare that with the 9 that Birmingham have been able to lay. By Dow. Good defensive work by Pearce, and there was a double deflection there. Yuri Cho, he was involved in the only goal of the game so far, trying to get in behind, but Pearce, the former Spurs player, stood firm, joined initially on loan last season from Tottenham. Skeels. It goes to Whitehouse. Here is Harris. Charlton struggling to muster much momentum in the game at the moment. Birmingham still look pretty comfortable and still sitting pretty at the top of the league table. 38 points, and the gap 3 back to London City Lionesses as it stands. They are still in front against Sheffield United. Harris. Yuri Cho. There's a foul there by Katie Bradley, former Blackburn midfielder. Referee straight across, and Charlton with work to do, no question about it there. The promotion challenge, again, does feel like it is realistically hanging on today. They'd be 6 behind London City Lionesses and 9 behind Birmingham. If it stays like this, still a half and a bit of football to go, but the Blues in control. And the captain, Christy Harrison-Murray, ready to take the free kick. Good delivery as well, and it nearly dropped for Van Egmond. No drop for Harris. He was very tight. I think the last touch is off the Birmingham defender. It is. Here is Hutton. Skeels. Now Pearce. Bashford to Bradley. Hutton, good football this from Charlton. Brazil. Hutton comes forward and she wasn't tracked. And Hutton could be in here. It's a brilliant first touch. Hutton shoots and turned away by French. Now Moya. Charlton on the attack once again, and it's cleared away. Well, that was easily the best moment of the game so far for the home team. And Adriana French made a good stop. Moya, Barton, and now Melissa Phillis. Pearce. Good work by Endow. Charlton stepping up the attacking threat. Pearce, and they've kept the momentum of the attack going here. It's back with Skeels, and here is Endow. Clever early ball and well controlled by Barton. Now Bashford. Probably the best spell of possession that Charlton have had in the game as well. Holloway there on the cover, and she slipped in the vital moment. Moya. This is really good stuff from Charlton. Phillis thought about the shot. Now Bradley. Have they got the guile and the refinement to open up this Birmingham back line? Hutton, he very nearly did. And it's dropped nicely here for Brazil. They want handball, nothing given, and Birmingham can counter here maybe. Yuri Cho. No way through for Fuso against Skeels. Another 3 minutes added at the end of the first half here at the Valley, and Charlton have certainly found a bit of momentum finally towards the end of this first half. It was a good stop by French to deny Hutton, and meanwhile Kaylee Barton has gone down. Well, Charlton very nearly got themselves right back into it. Lovely move, great layoff by Brazil. What a first touch from Jodie Hutton, the former Aston Villa player, nearly finding the net against Birmingham City. And was it a little too high? Slightly easier for the goalkeeper to reach for the high ball than plunge down to a low shot. Good football though from Karen Hills' team. Over the top from Yuri Cho, and the defender didn't really deal with it, but there was a shove in the back from Simone McGill. Holloway. And down. Now Skills, is there one opportunity for one more chance before the end of the first half for Charlton, and Hutton and Harris collide. This decision has gone the way of Birmingham City. I think it will just be a throw by the looks of it, or will it? Words for the referee from Hutton and Barton, and it will be a throw for Birmingham at the end of it all. On by Harris. Picked by Bashford. Phyllis. Barton took it down neatly. Lovely footwork as well. Not much time for Charlton though to get it forward. Brazil always second favourite against Holloway there. And it is the league leaders who are in front at half-time on a big day at the Valley. Birmingham City have the advantage through Gunmin Lee's well-taken early goal. Emily Van Egmond's header saved. Maybe should have made it two, but Charlton improving as the half went on, and Jodie Hutton denied by Adriana Franch in the Birmingham goal, suggesting that maybe it won't be just one-way traffic here in this top-of-the-table encounter. At the break, it is Charlton Athletic 0, Birmingham City 1, and we can take a look at the half-time highlights. Well, Birmingham certainly with the better team early on in the game, and threatening through Gunmin Lee at the back post, trying to get on the end of one of those dangerous crosses. They've been dominant with their deliveries so far, Birmingham. Again, Lee's pulled back, and Ivana Fuso not getting enough behind the back heel. Simple save for Sophie Whitehouse, but 14 minutes in, and Blues, the leaders, did have the lead. Good work by Yuri Cho, and then Lee with a very good finish. Don't think it took a deflection. I think it was pretty clean as a strike at goal, and enough to beat the goalkeeper. And that had Birmingham into the lead. They then continued to threaten. A slightly tame effort from Simone McGill straight at Sophie Whitehouse, but the chances would keep on coming. This was the best of them for Blues since taking the lead. Holloway with a brilliant delivery, and Emily Van Egmond, well, maybe should do better in terms of directing the header. And Charlton had their best effort very late on in the first half. Jodie Hutton surging down the middle and forcing a good save out of Adriana Franch. And Charlton couldn't make anything ultimately of the rebound, and Birmingham were able to clear. So it is a narrow advantage for the league leaders at the break. Can Charlton get back in it, or will their championship title challenge, in all realistic probability, end today? Second half commentary to come at half-time. Charlton 0, Birmingham 1. There was some promise for Charlton at the end of the first half, certainly. Jodie Hutton's effort was saved. They need more of that in the second period, but they are up against the best defence in the Championship. Birmingham have certainly been in largely robust form so far. They were certainly the more impressive of the two teams in the early stages. Amy Merricks will hope for more of the same in the second half. Here is Moya, and the early ball towards Brazil is on, and Brazil could be in here. Back towards Moya, and maybe a little too unselfish perhaps, Ellie Brazil. The shot could have been on against her old team. Good work again, Moya there as well. Barton in the middle, Moya goes for it, and it's gone wide in the end. That's promising though from Charlton. Much more like it. Good hold-up play from Brazil. Karen Moya was a very tight angle. I think she was trying to go for goal. Wasn't able to catch out Adriana Franch, but certainly for Karen Hills and Charlton, that a promising start to the second half. They haven't been beaten since around about mid-November in the league. And their only defeat this calendar year came against Chelsea in the FA Cup. Van Egmond. Cook. Birmingham with the only goal so far, but of course they would love the cushion of a second. Sophie Whitehouse didn't have a great deal to do in the opening half, but she did have to pick the ball out of the back of her net after a fine strike from Gyun-Min Lee, and that ultimately the goal that separates these two. Whitehouse under pressure. Cleared away by and down. And Lee couldn't quite take it in her stride, beaten to it by Bashford. Certainly no foul. Clever ball by Bashford, and out comes the goalkeeper. Good starting position from the American Franch. Bashford again. Away by Cook on the stretch. Pulls him down. This is Gracie Pearce. Bradley to Phyllis. That's a much more confident start to the second half for Charlton Athletic. They've only lost 3 league games so far this season, the same number as Birmingham. Cook in a foot race with Barton. The West Ham loanee gets it away. Fuso. Van Egmond finding the captain, Harrison Murray. And now here is Lee. This is where Birmingham can be so dangerous. Lee onto that right foot again. Bradley manages to steer it into the path of Jodie Hutton, who showed her plenty in the first half, but she's really effective when she does get forward. Particularly towards the end of that first period, where she had the effort saved by the goalkeeper. There might be an injury concern here for Charlton Athletic. I think that's Kaylee Barton who's gone down. This was the Charlton chance very early on in the second half. Karen Moya, again with the angle against her. Is it a cross? Is it a shot? I think she's gone for it. Encouragement though in the passage of play for Charlton and their very experienced manager Karen Hills. Amy Merricks hoping to become the head coach who can lead Birmingham back to the WSL after 3 seasons away. Replaced Darren Carter and did a great job with the young Lionesses at under-19 level. A lot of experience at club football. Of course, worked with Hope Powell at Brighton and now Birmingham. The game is back underway. Good football, Bradley to Phyllis, and now Moyer again. She looks the real danger at the moment. And she's got away from the defender, Holloway. The effort in the end is blocked. One back by Bashford. And the referee had spotted a foul in the build-up anyway. It's a very aggressive start, though, to the second half from Charlton. This is much more like it from them. Well, Birmingham City are going to make another change here, and early it is in the second half of their second substitution, and Lucy Quinn is going to take to the field, and Yuri Cho, who's set up the only goal so far, is going to be replaced. And Lucy Quinn, who did start Birmingham City's last game, the 2-1 home win over Southampton. That's 2 changes early on in this second period for Birmingham. Maybe a sign of how Charlton have worked themselves back into the game. It's the all-important lead still with Blues. Lucy Quinn, Harrison Murray. Good ball into the feet of Fuso, Van Egmond. Let's come back here for a Mason to deliver. That's a lovely ball in. And tucked behind for the corner. Real quality from the initial substitute, Ellie Mason, calling for it. She took up a really good position. This is an excellent ball. Just a little too high for McGill, but all sorts of problems there, potentially for Charlton Athletic. Cook laying it back and driven just wide. Harrison Murray with a low effort at goal. Only half away, and of course a second goal for Birmingham might put it beyond Charlton here. And so Charlton make their first change, and Kelly Barton can't continue, and maybe it's a result of the knock that she took a few moments ago. And they've had to make this substitution, which sees Gloria Sieber come onto the field. They have had some bad luck with injuries this season, Charlton Athletic. That sort of thing can make the difference in a long and grueling league campaign. Well, one back by Christy Harrison Murray. Couldn't find McGill. Skeels to the feet of Bashford. Forward by Cook, and that wasn't the best of passes. Phyllis is there to make the interception. It goes to Whitehouse. Phyllis. The game feels like it's on a knife edge at the moment. Real jeopardy in the match, and of course they couldn't be separated earlier on in the season in the league when it finished 0-0 in the Championship at St Andrews. Lee. Here is Rebecca McKenna. Now Holloway. McKenna having shifted to the full-back position for the second half. Lee has given it away. There's not quite the same rhythm about Birmingham in the second half at the moment. Katie Bradley's ball. Ellie Brazil could be in here. And in the end, Cook comes across at the vital moment. Pearce. Charlton at the moment, though, the better team. Away by Cook. The next goal feels absolutely vital, doesn't it? If Charlton get it, then it really could be game on and maybe title race on as well. Hutton, that's a lovely cross. Goalkeeper got something on it. Good goalkeeping by Adriana French. There's a foul by Ndao on Ivana Fuso, who is not happy with the challenge and makes her point to the referee. Well, French has gone down, so more work for Birmingham to maybe do here. The goalkeeper maybe just overstretched, making that a punch away at the near post. An important punch it was. Well, Charlton have been on the front foot, definitely. That was a great ball by Bradley through towards Brazil. Holloway came across, but Cook was there on the cover. Most importantly, great work by the defenders in combination really there. And this was the delivery from Hutton, who's got a great left foot. Great ball again, and really good goalkeeping by French. And Charlton are starting to carve out the opportunities now, but they still find Karen Hills' side that the goal eludes them. She took Tottenham Hotspur from an amateur team to the WSL, of course, and they're still there now. Amy Merrick's looking for promotion with Birmingham City, who were, of course, founding members of the WSL in 2011, but have been absent for 3 seasons now. And it's fascinatingly poised at the moment, this one. Christy Harrison-Murray standing over it for Birmingham. And the aerial route, and Dow got it away. Mason is there. McKenna. Lucy Quinn. Only an hour gone. These are important moments in the race for promotion, and Birmingham have got themselves a corner. May not necessarily be aware of the score lines elsewhere, but London City Lionesses lead Sheffield United 3-0. So no question that the team second in the division are going to stay there, and they're going to keep the gap to Birmingham at 3 points. The Blues can't afford to let any points slip. Charlton might be out of the race virtually by the end of today. Not a good delivery away by Bashford. breakthrough for McKenna against her old team. The assistant is flagging. It will be a Charlton ball. And coming next for Birmingham, should they come away victors, and that's certainly not certain yet. It will be a home game against Durham, who themselves will have a game in hand in the title race on Charlton and Birmingham by the end of today. Durham in 4th position at the moment, then Blues travel to Newcastle before that potential decider against London City Lionesses on the very last day. Once again, it looks like it is going to go right to the wire. Away by Cook. Carried away by Hutton. One. There's a close call between Brazil and McKenna. Throw goes Birmingham's way, and they've just slowed Charlton down in the last couple of minutes or so. That brief stoppage for the injury to Franch has maybe checked some of Charlton's momentum. Needed to receive some treatment, and there might be another stoppage here. I think it's Gloria Siebert. These stoppages certainly don't help Charlton's momentum. A substitute going down as they look to just try and find a way back into the game. Back up on her feet. Birmingham will need their resilience in the last 27 minutes plus added time to come. Mason. Lee. Trying to go on the outside of Endow. Cook. Given away. Hudson's pass. It's unlikely to reach a teammate. Franch is there very quickly, the goalkeeper. Always giving it to Harris and Murray. Now the captain comes forward again. Mason. Good early ball. Steered away by Skeels, and then Bradley. Brazil. Muya. Phyllis. Nice play by Charlton Athletic. This is Bradley. And final ball just not quite there for them at the moment. It was a promising attack. Not a good pass from Katie Bradley. Pearson with a good challenge. There's certainly not been anything between them in the second half. Birmingham were the better team in the first period, but been very even in the second half so far. Ultimately, at the moment, that first half goal from Gunmin Lee enough to keep Birmingham 3 points clear as it stands at the top of the league. Bradley. This is the stage of the season where you've got to keep winning, and it is all about winning. Performances are very much secondary at this stage. It is all about securing results. Long by Gracie Pearce chasing that is Brazil. Hacked away by Cook. This is Sophie Whitehouse. 25 minutes plus added time to go here for Charlton. Preserving that proud unbeaten record is part of the motivation, but of course the most important thing is to try and keep themselves in touch with Birmingham. And here comes Brazil. She's not going to get there. Oh, she might get there. She has. Moya couldn't quite reach it. Just as Birmingham looked like they might falter defensively, and Harrison Murray has set them away on the counter. And this is Ivana Fuso. McGill is in the middle. Good turn by Fuso. And in the end, it's relatively straightforward for Whitehouse. No chances, half chances at both ends. Good turn by the former Manchester United attacker Fuso. The Brazilian got her shot away. Skeels. That's a lovely pass. Now can they find the killer touch with the ball in? It's Jodie Hutton to deliver. Brazil was there. And what a good defensive header by Cook. Well, that surely would have been a tap-in for Ellie Brazil. Fantastic ball from Jodie Hutton. And Cook knew she had to get a touch to that in front of her own goal. That is excellent defending. It is a corner to Charlton. Really finely poised this game. But it's still 1-0. Charlton hunting a leveller. Good delivery. Brazil was up there again. Still maybe not tested the goalkeeper as much as they would have liked, Charlton, but the signs are there that maybe they can fight their way back into it. Phyllis. Over the top by Hutton. Bradley will do well to get to that, and she can't. Lead away by French. Forward by McKenna. Good work to win the ball high up the pitch by Pearce. Now Phyllis. Hutton. Bradley. Straight to Cook. And the build-up play is promising for Charlton all the time. Pearce in a much improved second half from the home team. They finished the first half stronger. And they've taken that into this second period. And they've still got plenty of time. In the middle by Skeels, well seen and diverted away by Holloway. Lucy Quinn's overhit pass. Birmingham are readying a couple of changes shortly. Tegan McGowan and So Hyun Cho will be on shortly. Here is McKenna for them. Good work by Pearce again. Rock solid in this match. Hudson. It's a really good spell this in the game for Charlton Athletic. Only lost twice at home in the league this season. By Skeels, under pressure. And it's come back here to Lucy Quinn. McGill is in the middle. And they did shout for handball there, Birmingham against Pearce. I think it will just be a corner. Interesting to see that again. Was there a touch with the arm? Well, if there was, I don't think it was a particularly unnatural position. I think Birmingham going to hang on before making the double change. In the meantime, can they make the point safe? Oh, and it's dropped to Lee. Lovely work. And then Dow was across with the important challenge. And it was unorthodox, but it very nearly led to the opportunity for that crucial second goal for Birmingham. Pearce got to be careful. Whitehouse doing the sensible thing. Actually a very good clearance and an excellent header by Hutton. Siebert. Good work by Charlton. Birmingham, as you can see, are ready to make the changes, and Cho and McGowan ready to go. Here come those substitutions for the current league leaders, and confirmation of the two players coming off. Ivana Fuso is the first to leave the field. And Emily Van Egmond also going off. And on comes So-Hyun Cho. Well, Birmingham having to grind it out a bit in this second half at the moment. But if they do carve out a clear-cut opportunity, then we wouldn't bet against them taking it. Karen Hills and the Charlton fans trying to get right behind their team here at the great venue that is the Valley. Charlton, remember, only lost one of their last 6 against Birmingham. Coming into today, they've got a good record against the Midlands team. Hutton. Only Moyer in the middle. It's way over her head. Forward by Hutton, now taken up by Skeels. The captain in an advanced role, but this wasn't a good one. Cook has had an excellent game at the back for Birmingham today. Well, Charlton desperate for a free kick. And Bradley, I think it is just going to be a throw. You can see Karen Hills appealing to the referee. Here's Brazil. Squeezed through the legs of McKenna, but she does get there first. Away by McGowan, and now here is Cho.
Don't forget you can vote your Who's Player of the Match to upload it on screen.
Something Birmingham will be mindful of as well is the goal difference in the title race at the moment. They are 3 points clear of London City Lionesses, but they have a game in hand and their goal difference is only 2 worse than that of Birmingham City. It really could come down to the final day when those top 2 meet at St Andrews. Charlton's title race is running out of time here. This is Gracie Pearce. Another good ball out to Hutton, who's always available. That's a brilliant pass, and it nearly reached Brazil. Good covering defending by Holloway, and then Cook for once was a bit slow. Moya. And Bradley. Hudson. Still alive for Charlton here. Good goalkeeping by Adriana French. At the near post, very alert, the American. Has joined the club from Kansas City. Handling was very safe. Birmingham slowing the game down, and you can understand that. They are really not far away now. Still 12.5 minutes plus time to go. Might be nervy for the Birmingham fans who've travelled. All the way through from McGowan. Header by Cook. Mason. Good interception by Phyllis. Bashford sets up Moya. Nearly got it back to Bashford. Gunmin Lee. That all-important goal in the first half, less than 15 minutes in. Just as Charlton started a little slowly, Birmingham were able to take advantage. And it was a long time since that opening goal. By and down, and away by the retreating Holloway. Had a foul on the captain, it is. What amazing footwork from the Scots and Christy Harrison-Murray. Well, there might be another injury issue for Charlton to contend with here. Dow has gone down and stayed down. Here come the physios again. Well, not long left here at the Valley, but it was, as I say, an early goal that separates the two. Yuri Cho, who's since gone off, finding Gunmin Lee, who just had a little too much time, but it's a great finish nonetheless. It flashed past the goalkeeper. And that ultimately is what is leading Birmingham. 3 points clear of London City Lionesses and 9 ahead of Charlton Athletic, who would be in a very difficult position, I think it's fair to say, in the title race at this point. Be consigned to another year in the Championship, it looks like, Karen Hills' team. Are they going to have to make another substitution? Well, defender Aisha and Dow doesn't look to be moving particularly comfortably. They're definitely down to 10 players. At least for a short while here, Charlton. I wonder whether Dow is going to come back up. She has come back on. Cleared away by Bashford. And again. Given away by Harrison Murray, unlike her. Moya. She'll get it back and she's got the opportunity to cross. And a little too close to the goalkeeper maybe. Bradley was making the near post run. Adriana Franch has been solid with her handling all day. The American has given Birmingham some extra depth in the goalkeeping department. And Charlton's attacks are a little bit more fleeting now. Birmingham are managing the game well. Again, understandably, try to just slow it down whenever they can. Just really halt that Charlton rhythm whenever possible. Lovely footwork by Sieber. Not beyond McKenna though. Excellent display against her old club so far. Harrison Murray. Lucy Quinn managed to somehow turn it into the path of a teammate. One back by Lee. Good ball as well. Lucy Quinn. McGill, not seen a lot of her in the second half. Oh, and there might be an injury concern for Birmingham here. In fact, it's not Lucy Quinn who's gone down. I think it might be McGowan. Meanwhile, play goes on here. Cho. Now Lee. Lucy Quinn. I think the referee was, going to stop the game eventually anyway. There's a problem here. Here comes the physio. And indeed, I think it is McGowan who is struggling. Now, there might be a fair bit of added time at the end of the game because of these stoppages that we have had. Been quite a few. Maybe more time for Charlton to find an equaliser, but Birmingham can see the finish line today, at least here in London. Elsewhere in the Tyne-Wear derby in the Championship, Newcastle leads Sunderland by a goal to nil. Newcastle above Sunderland in the table as it stands. And a reminder that the top of the league, Birmingham, 38 points from 17 as it stands. London City Lionesses 35 from 16. And Charlton 29 from 17. So it is, in all likelihood, going to be a two-horse race. Well, Amy Merrick's, of course, it was a big game coming into today, but all about applying strengths and focusing on themselves. That's been the message from the Birmingham boss to her team, and it looks like Ava Baker is going to replace the substitute herself, McGowan, so the substitute will be substituted. Here comes Baker. Charlton likewise are going to make a change. That is Greta Humphreys. All that remains to be seen is who she is replacing. We'll get the Birmingham change done first. Unfortunate for McGowan. In comes Baker, and Dow can't continue here after the knock that she took. So knocks are plenty late in the season. Here comes Humphreys. Confirmation of that change. Skeels to Pearce. Brazil held it up well. Now here comes Hudson, taking on McKenna and winning Charlton a corner. They are not going away yet, Charlton Athletic. Very hard across the course of the season. And a Charlton goal here could have real implications in the title race. These are nervy moments for Birmingham City. Humphreys has just come on. He's among those providing real aerial ability going forward for Charlton Athletic, but it's not a good delivery. Away by McKenna. Good ball by Skeels. Hutton. Oh, and it's not far over the head of Brazil. He's worked incredibly hard, but hasn't really had the clear-cut chance that she would want come her way. And now Birmingham break. Baker beaten to it by fellow sub Humphreys. Whitehouse goes to ground, enough on the clearance. Lee with the header. McGill couldn't hold it up. Pearce. Charlton are going to throw everything at it now. Phyllis. Humphreys finding Bashford. Hadley couldn't stretch to reach it. Maybe there are one or two tired legs now for Charlton Athletic. This is Ava Baker. And Baker got the wrong side of Skeels. That's got to be a free kick. And confirmation of the yellow card for Kira Skeels. It's the first booking of the game. Had to be though, really. Into the last minute of normal time. We are hearing there will be a lot of added time though. As many as 9 minutes. We'll get confirmation of that for you very shortly, but a lot of added time. Looks like it's going to be on the way at the Valley. And more for Birmingham to see out unless they can seal victory here. Melbourne City Lionesses have got a fourth against Sheffield United, so they are nearly caught up with Birmingham on the goal difference as well. Only one behind, 4-0. Christie, Harris and Murray standing over it for Birmingham. 9 added minutes confirmed. There will be some end here. In by Harrison Murray. And not a good delivery. Headed away by Sieber. And now Harrison Murray slips. And Charlton are on the break. And look at them flooding forward now. Sieber. Is she going to go it all the way? It's a brilliant run. Phyllis goes for it. And she's found the net. It's an added time equaliser for Charlton Athletic. And that has massive implications in the title race. A minute into 9 added at the end of the game. And Phyllis has picked out the corner. Goalkeeper got a hand on it, but she couldn't keep it out. And it really is tight at the top of the championship now. And it's a goal that keeps Charlton just about in contention themselves. It's also a massive boost to London City Lionesses. With their game in hand, if they were to win that, they would take control of the race. Of course, they still have to play Birmingham on the last day, but Charlton have been knocking on the door in the second half, and they've got their reward. And of course, still time in the game for a final twist. But maybe for Endeavour and a more dominant performance in the second half, Charlton deserve the leveller. Moya. They are tough to beat in the championship. And are they going to do more than just draw the game? Bashford's ball. And this is Hutton with a shooting chance, and it's a Charlton corner. Well, they are finishing the stronger. Just delivery as well. Skills was up there. Humphreys, Moya. And the referee has given a free kick right on the edge of the box here. Well, that couldn't have been any closer. Very worryingly for Birmingham to being a penalty. Oh, it was so close. Birmingham now in the position where it feels like they're hanging on for a point. Adriana Franch got a hand to finish his shot but couldn't keep it out. And now she might be about to be seriously tested. They're queuing up here, aren't they, for Charlton? Will it be Bradley? Will it be Hutton, maybe? In the 94th minute. Here goes Hutton! And what a stop! What a save by Adriana Franch. Oh, it was nearly the dream goal for Jodie Hutton and Charlton Athletic. It's a super save. And it needed to be. Another corner, it's all Charlton at the very end. In by Bradley this time, punched away by Franch. Birmingham under real pressure. Moya trying to wriggle away through. It'll be cleared away, I think, by Lee. It was a foul anyway. Charlton have finished this game very much on the front foot, and we're only halfway through added time. And back by Bashford. And she was caught surely by Cho. That'll be a free kick. And the gap between Charlton and Birmingham, 6 points with 3 to play. Of course, London City Lionesses have a game in hand. Charlton, in all likelihood, still probably need a winner. Now, which way is the decision going to go here? Goal kick. Pearce. Centre half getting forward. Sieber got the wrong side. There might have been an advantage there, but the free kick goes Charlton's way. Birmingham really are clinging on to a point at the very end now. And Charlton are pushing for all 3. Amazingly, a Charlton winner here would knock Birmingham off the top on goal difference. London City Lionesses, and they would be on 35, and Charlton on 33. In by Katie Bradley. And, well, there are Charlton appeals. Goal kick is given. Mason. Lee. Good hold-up play by Gunmin Lee. Away by Cook. Just over 2 minutes left, and that's a good ball. McGill has lost her boot amid all of that. Baker dispossessed. Well, the game is really stretched now. This is Championship football at its best. Very exciting finish for the crowd at the Valley. Charlton still going for it at full pelt. Good reverse ball towards Brazil, and Cook's challenge was good. Hutton takes it quickly, Brazil. Hutton's there again, a goal will be enough to win it here for either team, and it's yet another Charlton corner, number 6. They've been a different side in this second half, and Birmingham have not been able to get hold of possession at all. Of course, they've made several changes. And by Bradley, goalkeeper couldn't get there. Headed away by McKenna. Bradley again. Moya. And Finnis won't reach that. Ava Baker on the break. And Finnis is sticking with her admirably. Harrison Murray. Cleared away by Brazil. Time is nearly up. Is there one last opportunity for either team? Could it come for Birmingham? Mason, long way out, deflected, and that took all the sting out of the shot. We've had 9 minutes of added time. And is there going to be one last chance for Charlton to get the ball forward? You can see that they've got all the urgency in the world here, Charlton. They know that realistically they need a win. They might as well send everybody forward here, and I think that's what they're going to do. It's going to be Whitehouse to launch it long. Well, this is it. Go through to the goalkeeper, and it ends 1-1 at the Valley, and realistically a draw not enough for Charlton's title hopes, but they may have really dented Birmingham's aspirations here after a very spirited second half display. The big winners, you feel, out of the course of this afternoon are London City Lionesses, who are still a point behind Birmingham but do have a game in hand. Of course, Birmingham and London City Lionesses still have to meet in the final game of the season. Charlton securing that late draw thanks to Melissa Finnis's 91st minute equaliser. Gunmin Lee had given Birmingham a half-time lead. High drama at the end in South London. It finishes Charlton 1, Birmingham 1.